Okay, here I am at Grafham. It is a windy day. I'll just show you across there. Wind's blowing across the reservoir, so I've been told head to the far shore. Apparently there's a lot of fish down that right hand side, down towards the dam. It's 14 degrees at the moment, so end of August, height of summer, 14 degrees. Got two floating setups at the moment. Got a daddy long legs on the point on this one, sort of green daddy with a foam head on that. I've been told the fish are very much up in the top layers. Apparently they're chasing at the moment if you put sort of a booby or a blob on, so it might give that a go. Well, I'll give everything a go really. But anyhow, got my boat booked, all set up and ready to go.
You're gonna film, are you?
Oh yeah, I stick a YouTube film on every time I go fishing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. For advice on Facebook yesterday about what's happening there.
Exactly, yeah.
I've seen your question there.
I got lots of thumbs up, but no one actually, well, I think I only had one guy come back with advice, but yeah.
Stick to the north side from like tower towards the G-boy.
Yeah.
Drift area.
Cool.
Yesterday Stuart was fishing out, he got 6 fish and they basically are high up on the water and just fast pulling the booby or floating fry.
Cool. I'll just check my drogue is in one piece because the one I had last time was broken.
Quite often they come back when they're damaged in the engine.
Yeah.
Then they fold it back in position, so I think it's all fine.
Yeah. No, that looks fine. The one I had last time was completely.
If any issues, you have the phone number, just ring it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. Here we go. Just check I've got everything. Rods, tackle bag, flask of coffee. It's pretty important. Let's get my flask on the go. I think it's going to be a bumpy little crossing. Apparently it's all about drifting 100, 200 feet offshore. I'm always drawn to the shoreline. I don't know why, I'm always drawn to the shore, but I am going to listen to what I've been told and set up probably, well, I'll start off at the shore. The wind's going to blow me offshore, so I'll just start at the shoreline, 40, 50 feet out, stick out the drogue and drift across. Well, I say across, I'm not coming all the way across. It's hard to believe this is August, end of August. It is, in the car when I turned up 20 minutes ago, it's 14 degrees. It's probably a couple of degrees higher now. That's interesting. There's house martins and swallows just going just above the surface. Now they must be after something, flies. So I don't know if there's been a hatch of anything. They're definitely feeding on something. A lot of swallows actually. Every time I go fishing, I'm sure it's the same with everyone. It doesn't matter what kind of trip you've had previously. Every time I go out fishing, I just feel, yeah, full of optimism, positivity. I'm going to catch something. And yes, I come fishing to catch fish, definitely. Yeah, the backdrop, the boats, the being out in nature, that is a massive part of my coming fishing. But feeling that pull, that's why I'm here. I could go for beautiful country walks if I wasn't trying to catch something. Now if I blank, I don't go home distraught. I don't think I'm giving up fishing and fishing's horrible, far from it. It actually just spurs me on to the next time thinking, right, what What didn't I do right, or were the conditions just not on for it? Whatever. I will come back full of enthusiasm the next time. And if you're not an optimist, I don't really think you should be a fisherman. Well, you can be a fisherman, but you might be a particularly sad and unfulfilled fisherman. I'm really happy that it's overcast today. I know I'm sort of moaning that it's summertime and 15 degrees and overcast, but from a fishing standpoint, I would say this is pretty good weather. Okay, so it's starting to flatten out a little bit. Still fairly strong wind, but flattening out. Certainly very, very, very fishable. Hello, seagull. That's a big boy. And I mean the seagull, not the boy. I'll fish in this little bay to start with. I'm gonna head over here, hop the drogue out and just drift for a little bit. Obviously I presume I'm going to be pushed along with the wind. Okay. Right, so what I'm going to use first of all, I've got a daddy on here, daddy longlegs, hope you can see that there. Quite a small one. I've then got a nymph, dropper and a cruncher. So that's what I'm going to start with and see what we can see. This is when a trout comes straight up and takes it while I'm just trying to get the hooks out of the eyes, which would not be ideal. Okay, so I've got an 8-weight rod at the moment. This is the one I'm fishing today. Well, at the moment, 8-weight Grays GR60. I've got this Piscafun reel, which I love. It's absolutely fantastic. And I've got a Witchwood 8-weight line, which is it's not a shooting head. I can't remember what they call it now, but it's basically a very nice line to cast. Very much weight forward. Right, so, and very much tangled now. Let's just try it. This is where a fish immediately takes, because I've got a tangle. That's the way it'll be. Okay, so I shall start off. I'm going to do a bit of a retrieve, because I've been told at the moment they're actually chasing. I've got a static one. I'm going to set up my other camera. Actually, I haven't done that, so I'll get that set up. Quite nice getting a couple of views on this. A couple of different angles. Alright, so hopefully, let's see if I think that's about right. I think that should be about right. It's always hard to gauge. Okay. Let's get myself set up here. Droppers, that one's twisted round. The one at the top's sitting nice, but the one down below, that's got a little bit twisted, so I'm just going to unwind it. I do like this reel. It's a fantastic reel. It's just so smooth. Not expensive. I think that was £50, something like that. To me, That's a nice piece of kit for 50 quid. Super smooth to wind the line on. Quite a quiet drag. Right, so let's try something else. We'll flip to the other rod. Just going to check that my droppers are fine, which they are. Well, they were till I just did that. Right, okay. So that's what I have been pulling through the water. Quite a small hook. Little daddy, foam bodied daddy. Still think that will catch today, personally, at some point. I think I'd like to find those fish. There you go. Isn't that amazing? So I'll move over to my shrimp. Lovely. That is incredible. I've got it wrapped around my foot. That's not so good. That's really... Oh, my battery's just run out on the other one, and I think... No, I thought I'd lost it for a minute. It's a nice fish. Not only is it a nice fish, I think that is on. Note to self, always get your landing net ready before you cock it right up. You absolute amateur. It's a decent fish. I'd say above your average stock size. Be interesting to see what he's taken on, actually. I'm not sure. I think it's one of the I think I had a dial back and maybe a cruncher on there. I think it might be one of them. Can't really see at the moment. Yeah, it is. It's one of those. Right, oh great. That is a lump. That's a nice trout. Yeah, he is a beaut. What a fantastic trout. That's got to be, I often get it wrong, but I'd say that is a good £4 rainbow there. Okay, so that fish was £4 on the button. Really nice fish. And I noticed actually one of my flies has come off. I caught the trout on that. Which I think is a cruncher, and it's a bit wet at the moment, but I'm sure that was a cruncher. And I noticed my top dropper's missing altogether, so I can only assume when I had that take earlier and then didn't check, and it was quite a hard thump, that it actually snapped that top dropper. But hey ho, let's put something black and not dissimilar on. Oh, yeah, I'm liking the look of these dial backs. Actually, we're going to go quite small. I'm going to put a small one on, just to be a bit of finesse. Just see if that does anything. Ooh, once you catch that first fish, or certainly for me, once I catch that first fish, I can sort of relax into it a bit more. And again, I said earlier, whether I edited it out or not, I do come fishing to catch fish. I don't come fishing just for the scenery. I do enjoy the scenery and the being out in nature and all the rest of it, but ultimately I come for the thrill of catching the fish. That is why I'm here. And now I've caught that first one. I can relax. I'm quite a competitive individual. I've always been into sport massively, and I think running your own business as well, you have to be fairly competitive. So for me, I see it as a failure if I come fishing and don't catch fish. And that's my makeup, that's how I am. And I can't change it. Right, awesome. I feel lucky now. A bit of a tangle situation going on here. Let's get that out. I'll hook my big one. Wow. Talking of, that was a nice fish. That was a very nice fish. Right, how amazing is that? I literally turned the camera off because I was winding my fly in, and there was a fish on the end. Right, okay, that's interesting. And I can hear other fish around me as well, which again is pretty cool. Ooh, down he goes. He's suddenly woken up. He didn't have an awful lot about him at first. Holy hell. I'm wondering now if I've caught a second fish. Because what was on there was not a big fish. Unless it is just some kind of super stud fish that has suddenly woken up. I think he's a stockfish, a couple of pounds, but I got two fish on. I genuinely am wondering, because the fish that I've seen isn't a big fish, it's only a couple of pounds. Certainly when he puts his mind to it. He's got some go. Maybe he's a bit bigger than I thought actually. Don't really want him getting in the drogue. So can we come back down this way please? Don't want to bully him too much because he's quite a strong fish. Actually he's quite a big fish again. It's a good 3 pounds. Alright, that's nice. Could have been that one that jumped, I'm not saying it was, but quite a nice looking fish. Oh, very nice looking fish. So again, that is on I think it's a black cruncher, which is sitting just above that white shrimp. And bear in mind I'd left the line out there and I was just about to reel it in. Well no, I was reeling it in. It must have been down fairly deep. He's got some bump. Oh no. Thank you. This guy has had his ready break. I mean, look at that, it's going down towards the backing. It's no more than £3. No way. It's hooked properly. But he has definitely... When I hooked it initially, there was little or no reaction. It was quite like, well, I'll be in the boat in about 60 seconds. I've got proper arm ache at the moment. I don't really want to bully him. Oh, wow. That's another decent fish. That is £3 at least. That's at least 3. That's a nice fish. Really good one. There we go. There we go. Fish number 2. It's a good day. £7, so that's £3. So I've got a £4 and a £3. That's not too shabby. I'm very pleased with that. I've gone on to this Seaguard Grand Max. It's quite expensive, so it's £22 for 100 yards. But it's a 9.5 £, breaking strain, and it's got a diameter of 0.21 millimeters, so extraordinarily thin for the breaking strain. So I've tied pretty much all my leaders now with that, including the ones I'm using today, obviously. And I don't know just how much of a difference that makes. I'm sure on certain days, if they're being particularly finicky, having an extraordinarily slim leader, I can't see that works against you. It can only improve matters. Moved right the way down past this sort of inflatable play area, which is like a lot of fun, I must admit, down towards the dam, very close to the dam now. Quite shallow here, probably only about 4 foot, 5 foot. Just gonna have a little go here, just because I saw some fish moving as I was coming along. Good. I was literally moving that because of that swan. That might be a brown trout. It certainly didn't look very silvery to me. Just check I'm filming. Having spent ages not filming. Like I say, I think this might be a brown. It's just it looked particularly dark. Is it brown or is it a rainbow? Really hard to tell from here. Whatever it is strong. I think it's taken one of the crunchers. Although actually thinking about it, I put a little white buzzer, white and yellow buzzer on at one point. It might even be that it's taken. It's definitely got some go. He is not coming in easily. No, it's a rainbow. Gotta say, today these fish have really pulled hard. Having said I was going to move, I think I will stay for a little while longer, because even when I've been playing this, I've seen a couple of fish over here jumping. I think he's ready. Maybe not. Be careful, I've got the anchor rope down here. Don't want to get him around that. I'll get a hook caught in it, because that'll be the end of it. I think it's time to bring you to the boat, my friend. Maybe not. He's thinking you might think it's time. I don't. Just in case I forget to do a sign off, which quite often I do, it's only about 2:30 now, and I intend to fish certainly for another couple of hours, maybe even another 3 hours. Caught 3 really nice fish so far. Wind's dropped for sure. The odd spot of rain every now and again, but nothing major. I must admit, as I was sort of planning to come here this week, the fishing reports were pretty poor, and I was going to go to Pitsford, but all the boats were out, so in the end came here thinking it was going to be nigh on impossible to catch, and they certainly haven't been throwing themselves on the hook. I do feel that I've earned the fish that I've caught, but really enjoyed it. Another fantastic day, and the quality of the fish, they're absolutely mint and really strong. So again, if you haven't tried Grafham and you're thinking of giving it a go, get down here, give it a go. It's really good fun. The cost of today, I've done a 4-fish catch and release, and for the boat and the ticket, and bear in mind so far I've caught 10 pounds of trout, which if you went into somewhere like Waitrose and bought it, seriously, go and have a look how expensive it is. The ticket in total is £42. The boat, I think the boat's 20, and the ticket is 22 quid, something like that, but it's 42 in total. So the facilities here are great, really good shop there, all the tackle and kit in, so if you turn up and you haven't got something, they've got it. And obviously the boats are really good. I've got a functioning drogue today. I made sure I got a drogue that actually worked, so that all was in one piece. I'm anchored at the moment, and funnily enough, 2 of the fish I've caught at anchor, and 1 I was drifting. So I'm going to carry on fishing, but I've just done this little bit in case I forget to do it later. Okay, so if you enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't. It would be really great to get the subscriptions up, and I will look to do another one relatively soon. Okay, thanks a lot, bye.